Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're talking about failure, why it's so important, why most people are scared of it and they don't utilize it properly, and how much of an impact it can make on your life if you look at it just a little bit differently. So, first, people look at failure very negatively because they don't realize the power that it actually holds. Failure is better than a lot of other things. It's better than not trying, it's better than not doing anything. It's the second best thing you can really do. Imagine yourself, you're going towards your goal. You set it out, you know what to do, but you fail a couple of times. All you've done is cut off a number of ways that weren't the right way for you to achieve that goal. And you've learnt from it, or you will learn from it in the future when the situation next arises where that could be a problem. It could be later down the line you have a similar situation and you then can utilize the information you gained from your past experiences and you say, I did this last time, it didn't work, so now I'm going to do it this way because I think that will work. And then you come out on the winning side of the answer. So a lot of people look at it very negatively. They think, if I fail, it's the worst thing in the world. I'm never going to get anywhere. Failure means I've lost. Failure means I'm just terrible at this. Everyone always sees it so negatively and they look at it with a very bad manner and they think it's the end of the world if they fail. Whereas I look at it as an opportunity to learn. If I fail at something, I'll look at it, I'll say, why did I fail? What made me fail? Was it the competition? Was it who was against me? Or was me that was doing something wrong? Was I not working hard enough? Was my form wrong? Was this wrong? Was that wrong? Was I using the wrong software? Was I using the wrong script for my cold calls? There are plenty of different examples where this can come into play, but you've got to twist your outlook on it a bit. So it's not negative. It's not that it's bad. You've got to look at it how you can learn from it. Okay, so what did I do wrong? What can I change to improve next time? What can I do better this time than next time so that my outcome will be better? Yeah? Next point is it's a lot better than doing nothing at all. So all the people saying, haha, you're a failure because you failed at this, you failed at that. Well, I'd much rather be a failure at those things than not do anything at all. Because imagine you go through life just telling people they're a failure when you haven't even attempted at what they're doing. You haven't even given it a try. You haven't even thought about doing it. Whereas they've attempted it probably multiple times and then they finally found something that works to a certain degree and now they're using that and they're still learning. I'd much rather do that, go through that trial and error process of finding out what works, what doesn't, and then using what I've learned to progress myself through the years. So you've got to really understand that taking action is better than inaction. I think Imran Gadzhi says imperfect action is better than no action at all. And that's very, very true because you're not going to get anywhere if you've got something called paralysis analysis. This is another form of productive procrastination, which we talked about yesterday. And it's basically you think you're doing all the work you can be doing, but you're delaying and not getting round to that one main target which needs to be done. And you're avoiding the chance of you winning or failing because you're too scared of yourself failing. So, and you end up in a loop, in a circle of you constantly going back to reading, watching YouTube videos. Yes, they're all positive things to be doing, but it's not what you should be doing. You think you're doing something good, whereas you're not. And paralysis analysis is you're taking in all of the knowledge you can on the subject you want to do, but you're not implementing it and you're not taking it to the next level. So it is Failure is better than doing nothing at all, because it's going to put you in a better position and it's going to put you ahead with more knowledge. So you're going to be able to look at what's coming next, and you're going to be able to use the information you have just gained from that past experience. You are going to be able to use that information to then make a better decision on the next outcome. Thomas Edison, he's a very good example of this. How many attempts did it take him to make a light bulb? I think it was something like 1,000. 1,000 attempts, but he didn't give up. He kept going at it, kept going, kept trying. That one doesn't work, that one doesn't work, that one doesn't work. That's not right, this one didn't work. Kept going for however many years it took him, how many attempts, probably was around 1,000, but he kept going. And he used all the knowledge from his failures, all the ways not to make a light bulb. He used that to then come up with the final design for what we now have as a light bulb. He was then came up with it through trial and error, through figuring out what works and what doesn't. So I want to really stress to you that you've got to implement this in your own life. Trial and error is the key to winning. You've got to keep trying something. As long as you're trying something, you're working, you're doing well, but you've got to then learn from it as well. You've got to learn and implement the correct things that you've learned and get rid of the bad things that you've learned. So you've got to implement the things that worked, get rid of the things that didn't, and you keep doing that until you find the so-called perfect routine or idea or whatever it is. Until you find that perfect idea, you've got to keep doing it. The thing is, you never will, which is a bit of a problem because everything's always changing. Everyone's goals are always changing, everyone's problems are always changing. So you've got to keep adjusting it to whatever the next thing you want to do is. Thank you guys, we'll see you in the next video.